people with, you know, so vast knowledge in different fields of life. So I will open my line for your own contributions. And before I dive into what I had to speak about this evening, I would like to thank IPOB family worldwide. You know, last week we took the headline. It happened in Ireland. IPOB Ireland represented Biafrans in the Irish National Day, which is their St. Patrick's Day. As far as I know, St. Patrick's Day is the highest celebration, is a national event. Every year we have always seen IPOB being invited to that great day to celebrate with the people of Ireland. It is a great privilege for IPOB family, for Biafran family as a whole, because, you know, many a times I do say, a movement, they say that they have prescribed in the Nigerian ill society. They have continued to see such great movements doing tremendous things in the international societies. They have continued to see us participate in the national event. Of course, St. Patrick's Day is a national event. Any organization invited to that event is a well-reputable movement or organization. And that's what we are. You know, it's a big shame on the Nigerian government that a group you say that represent so are the people rubbing minds with the presidents and the prime ministers of different countries, with officials of different countries. It tells you that your judgment on IPOB is a very wrong one. It says it all, that the judgment, the conviction on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is all wrong and illegal. So we appreciate IPOB family in Ireland. We could see our own Mazi Oba, Isaiah Oba. You know, one thing many of you don't know, some of the members of this DOS, I have had some little opportunity to get to know little about some of them. These guys are very humble. I have discussed with Isaiah Oba, Mazi Isaiah Oba. Isaiah Oba is a humble guy. You know, somebody that when you see him in a program, he doesn't mind his position. You see him covering events. This St. Patrick's Day, he has always been the one covering that event. I remember last year we went to Catalonia in their Catalonians Day. He's a Mazi Oba. Because the BTV were carried away at the back, videoing the masquerade and our people that we are playing music. Then the real event of the day that happened in the front, it was Mazi Oba that captured that event. Including the BTV. But Mazi Oba, I don't know how he remembered and he took that responsibility to cover that event. He's the one that covered, you know, the main thing that happened in the Catalonia event last year. So this has been one of the humble things I have seen Mazi Oba and some other members of the DOS engaging. You can never see them with high shoulders. They're always humble. They always humble themselves. Be it question that you want to ask them, they will answer you politely. You know, so we appreciate IPOB Ireland. And the next day we saw IPOB UK on the 18th. You know, that event, if you see the number, the number that trooped out, I would have been in that event. The same work, my new work, that I couldn't get an excuse to participate in that event. You know, after that event, I started to hear that some people are rumoring that it's not IPOB UK that organized the event. If it's not IPOB UK, who then? Did you not see the UK national coordinator there, Chief Noise Nwokoro? Did you not see our members? Before that event took place, in our platform here in UK, I'm one of the principal officers. There were several meetings that we held here within the house in the UK in organizing that event. So that event was being organized, managed, and carried out by IPOB UK family. Great family indeed. You can see the number. You know, many a times people will, the millipedes we have now on the social media speaking, they will tell you nothing is moving. People have abandoned them. People have left them. Who left who? Only the two events last week could tell you whom we are, that we have not shifted ground. IPOB remain formidable all over the world. We are just waiting for events. In one event, you come and see IPOB in action. Heroes Day is around the corner. When you see us exchanging or engaging in debates online, you'll think, oh, there is confusion in the house. Yes, there could be some problem or debates we are trying to settle. But that doesn't mean that we are not focused. Wait till something happens, then you will see how focused we are. You will see how focused we are. Imana anyị jikwe nke kesi ekwe anyị ji mbụ jide mbụ nke kesi ekwe die anyị bu ebu buru mpu. That's how they do it. Whichever chapter it's titled IPOB, you will see us in action. When you bring peace, we are peaceful people. We follow peace with you. If you bring okunoka, then you meet when do okunoka meet okunoka. That is whom IPOB is. So we remain formidable. Our house remains in order, and we'll keep making great and giant steps. So we appreciate the IPOB UK. They use that one event to champion different issues. First of all, that was the time the Nigerian president Tinubu came to UK for their royal, whatever they call it, reception. So IPOB, we decided to disgrace him because he doesn't deserve any royal reception. Rather, he deserves disgrace. That's why we all came out on the streets of London to give him that disgrace which he deserves. And again, it was used to remind the good people of the Britain that their citizen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still lavishing in the Nigerian Coronational Center. And again, we used the opportunity to let the world know that Biafrans, we have continued to go through marginalizations, degradement, human degradement, to tell the world about our plight, how we are being slaughtered on a daily basis by the Nigerian government. So we appreciate IPOB UK, IPOB Ireland. You guys, unu yes, we appreciate you all of you that participated in those events, and we say, may God bless you all abundantly. Then I get into what I have. Before that as well, sorry. Okay, yeah. Then getting into the business I came here for. Regarding the house, you know, as a member of a family, as a family member, legal member of a family, you have a stake to the things going on in that family. I am a bona fide member of IPOB. If there are things I observed or things I witnessed, things that I know that are jeopardizing what we are doing. I have that responsibility to make my contributions towards that, especially I'm in the media. I'm in the media. I'm not only in the media on the social distance. I'm a part of IPOB UK media. I'm a member of IPOB UK media. You know, so I represent. I am part of media. Anyway, you can see the media in Kema. But all I know is that I'm always part of the media. You know. So now, I want to talk about the foundational problem. Let me not use the word problem, because many a times people see problem as a menace. But to me, let me use the word challenges rather. Because challenges is more a kind of acceptable than being a problem. Because when you call it a problem, I know some people would like to take it up to say IPOB. No, as a great movement that consists people of different backgrounds, people from different family background, educational background, different backgrounds of all issues. But what I want to talk about is the foundation challenges I saw that I would say is a trigger to what we are experiencing. You know me, and I'm always open. I'm always open, and I always speak certain things people don't like to hear. It's not that because Nama Wakanya, no. I don't know, it could be at times when I look at myself, because I have been in UK for more than 20 years. So I think some of the things I see myself doing is as a result of my orientation in the Western world. Because I have seen how developed societies tackle issues, tackle problem. They speak out and they speak the truth. Yes, UK na alukanya alulana, but when you still come to UK, public officers are being held accountable to whatever positive or negative they commit or they bring to the table. There is something that is called accountability, transparency in the society where I found myself in the last 20 years, more than 20 years here. So when I see things happening in our movement, because IPOB is a great movement championing the freedom of our people. You know, as a freedom championing movement, I call it the championing movement, because as far as we know, we are the champions. Yes, there are other freedom fighting organizations, but IPOB is taking the lead. The hope of restoration of Biafra is being rested more on the activities of IPOB. What we are doing is a kind of a beacon of hope to our people, to the hopeless. When you look at the Nigerian contents, I look at Soludo. Soludo is now a kind of almost decamping to APC. This is the foundation of Nigerian politics. The APGA that gave him the ticket that he contested and probably won. When APGA was formed, they formed APGA on the context that it is Igbo-oriented party. As a party of Ndi Igbo, oya ka ha ji wee were oke ọkpa ọkụkọ. A na-emasị gị kokoroko. Gwa gị nọ ihe Ndị Igbo for the benefit and the welfare of Ndi Igbo. Thank you, Gilbert Nwa Chukwebuka. Please smile. Victory is a, of course. Of course, I'll be the mama. Forget about my face. I'm not that too smiley person. But inside me, I am not sad. I am not sad. I have to be honest. Even when you will know that I'm temperament. I will make switch move. But as I am now, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. You understand? So what was I saying? The party had you in Holland Banye. They told our people no party in the Igbo, which is APGA. They told our people this is our own party. It belongs to Igbos. It belongs to our people. Upward that same party now, they are almost handed it over to APC. Soludo is now telling you that he's now standing high and tall for Tinubu. Then they have continued not to explain then or describe what this Tinubu has done in Biafra land. You know, when we started to see the city boys, Cubanas, and their friends, oh, we thought, how dare these young guys, people like, why are they then selling themselves? We didn't even know there are many more. Now we have seen the governors, sitting governors, from the party they used to deceive our people. That is the party of Ndi Igbo. They are now telling you they are in support of Tinubu. Why am I bringing this? You know, when it comes to salvation of Biafrans, let me not use Igbo, because is our what we are agitating for extent. It runs through not only to Igbo, towards all Biafrans. Is a clear message that political party in Nigeria, none of them can be trusted when it comes to working towards the interest of the people. So as far as we are concerned, it's only IPUB. That is why when we hear from this our Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie, Nneka, when they try to criticize her, why are you meddling into IPUB? She will boldly tell them, why can't she? That this is the only thing she can see now, that our people, Biafrans, have high hopes in. There are no more hopes on the politicians, not on any party. The salvation and the hope of the people is now resting on the sovereign state of Biafra, which what we are doing now is like a driving force towards it. That is why what we are doing has cut across, extended to all Biafrans, that whatever decision being taken over a movement like this has to be a very cautious, person-free interest one. It is not a movement where decisions that borders on the interest of persons can champion. You are talking about millions of Biafrans. You know, when Egberima and his group came, if you doubt the consequences of every ill action, when it comes to agitation, at the end you will find the number such action will be affected. As far as our place is, some communities were deserted up to today because of the activities of a callous man. That is why when you come to this movement, IPOB, whatever decision, whatever implementation, whatever pursuit we engage in, you have to consider millions of people, Biafrans. It's not only IPOB as an organization. It extends, it cuts across our people in millions. Now, recently, before that, I appreciate Mazi Nnamdi for that wonderful explanations on that program on Saturday. That program was a little eye-opening. Why I called it a little eye-opening? Because Ogacha deep. Because these guys are once careful people that want to protect certain things. They're not in the business of jeopardizing. No matter how you provoke them, they always consider, if they go too far, what jeopardy that has on the movement. But in that program, he was able to sensitize people to what is going on in the movement. Some people will always tell me my voice is always low. The thing is on the highest volume, and I'm trying to speak out, so I don't know. So Mazi Nnamdi was able in that program to explain things, because there are concerned members that don't really understand what is going on. There are good people among us that wanted and yearned to know the truth. Little part of the truth were revealed through that program, at least for people to understand where we are, what the issues are. Because many a times we have continued to hear different allegations, all manners, from people. Buzogeneka, thank you. Escobar, thank you. People have continued to label, to blackmail the IPOB leadership with all manner of allegations. Even me on my own, there was a time I posted, it's better that certain informations are being released, especially to the concerned Biafrans, at least to guide them, to let them know this is what is going on. Because no one accusation, if you are being accused, you are being blackmailed, at least there are certain time you are expected, even if you don't want to say much, but at least chip out a little. With that, you'll be able to guide some people. With that, you'll be able to direct some people. So that is what Mazi Nnamdi did on Saturday. He kind of guided some people. He kind of threw little light to what is going on. So this evening, nobody has sent me on this program. I sent myself. I'm too old to being sent by somebody. You know, many a times they will tell you they are sending them. They are sending them. Nobody is sending anybody. You are talking about matured adults that have observed things, concerned adults that want to say the truth, that want to say what they know in a time like this. Nobody is sending anybody. I sent myself to this program. Nobody sent me. I always say, whatever thing I say with my mouth, judge me. Judge am direct. Don't judge anybody. I'm in a developed world where if you lie against people, you can be sued. If I lie against you and you take me to court in UK, you can ask the court to get, for damages. You can ask them for me to pay you damages because I have deceived the public against you. And that is why somebody like me, number one, my character, I'm not the kind that lie against people. That is why anything that I am not sure, I always refrain myself from even delving in, even speaking about that at all. Any information that is not clear to me, I don't bring it on board because I know the implication. You can sue me and I will go in for it. And that is why the one I am telling you from what I observed, from what I have evidence. When you take me to court and ask me for an evidence, I have something to provide to tell you this is my evidence. And this is the reason why I said it. That is why I cannot lie against anybody. I can't lie against God. It's not even in my character doing that. So what I really want to talk about this evening is the foundation cause of what we are experiencing, what we are seeing in IPOB. All of us know the issue. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, abducted. Extraordinary rendition to Nigeria from Kenya. Extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. After 4 years, convicted illegally. Life sentence according to them. Illegally. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's abduction, there has been a kind of ndolo. Kedu ihe a na-akpọ ndolo? Ya wee na-azọ ihe. Ịzọ ihe ọzụzọ. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he was out here, he was leading IPOB. When he was sent in, before he was sent in, everybody know in the struggle knew the foundations, the structures he set in place. That was why even when at the emergence of Igberima, the sensible ones, despite the blink of Igberima, despite all his empty noise and promises, people like us, he could not win us because we knew the structure, the foundation of the family where you belong. In every family, that your family now, you know who is the head. Members of the family knows the head, who takes over, who directs, who leads. And IPOB was set so special as an institution, being led and governed from people in different hierarchical positions. When you come to Europe, the first person in Europe you meet is Mazi Nnamdi, who is European rep, deputized by Mazi Isaiah Oba. So whatever directives, decisions that goes on within IPOB Europe. The IPOB Europe knew they have the head in the Europe region. So he is the highest man as far as Europe is concerned. Then when you get to your nation, your country where you are, you know who is the first there. The national coordinator. The same until you get to the grassroots. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken away, it was so easy for the sensible hardcores to stay put, to know this is a family with a family line, a family that understands the structure, how things goes, how things should go in a family, where the leader, when the leader is out, who takes over and takes directive. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in, we saw a lot of interruptions from the siblings. We saw a lot of insubordination springing up in different quarters. If you remember back, those days, this memo of suspension looks like every week there are people that are being suspended because there are men that build their participations and subordinations in IPOB on a man. And once they can no longer see that very man, they will go haywire. They will start to misbehave. Before, many of you could bear me witness, we used to have many people speaking before when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around. These were men and women that we are serving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not the struggle. Because once they can no longer see that person they are serving, their allegiance automatically dropped. Their obedience to instructions dropped. All along, we have channeled the fight against the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who actually are the forerunners of the people that wants to interrupt the movement. Like we always refer what we are doing as a movement because we are moving. When you are moving and you have an interruption has a tendency to slow down. It has a tendency to waste time because you are on a movement. It causes distraction. The distractions we have experienced so far has continued to come from that family. That is why, to an average IPOB member, we don't want to listen or want to hear anything about that siblings because of what they have done against the struggle, what they initiated into the struggle. Before us, another radio was open, Biafra radio. Before us, a parallel security were open. Before us, parallel groups were created in different countries. When you come to UK now, there are a few number of them that are in that parallel group. Go to Italy, the same. South Africa, the same. US, the same. Now, these siblings, I have said it before, these siblings are nobody, if not the support they get from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody knows whom these guys are. As a matter of fact, Kanonta is even on, is he expulsion or suspension? I can't remember. Because the national coordinator, Germany, either suspended, or I can't remember whether suspension, or I can't remember suspended or expulsion. It's under suspension. It's not a part of what we are doing. Despite he has continued to interrupt. Now, what we have seen, their recent setup, different groups they have been setting up, different people that have been speaking for them, all geared up towards interruption, all geared up towards demonizing, because DOS has always been the ones on the highest target, because they are the pillars holding the house. Anytime pillars are being targeted, what the enemy wants and desire is to collapse the house. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken away, all directives started to come from the people in charge, fully in charge, headed by Mazi Nnamdi. Anything they speak becomes the law. The decisions they make becomes the law. I want to talk about decision making in a freedom fighting movement, because a movement like this is not like ordinary organization where even when mistakes are being made, yes, it can be rectified, but mistakes made in a freedom fighting movement cost life. Yes, we know that loss of lives has become part of what is involved. But as people with conscience, we want to minimize it. We want to cut down. Because lay your own life on the table. More with it. Lay your own mother on the table. You will agree. Lives are precious. Even if it happens, let it just be like an accident. And that is the mission. That is what this leadership that is directing has been doing when it comes to decision making. The way they are, they act and walk like parliament. In UK here, I happen to be in a country that runs parliamentary government. You see them sitting round the table to discuss on issues. Nobody wakes up overnight to make a decision on any particular thing. Every issue is being deliberated on. Pros and cons are being weighed. Is it going to take lives? Of what benefit is it going to be? What impact is this going to be? These are the things people lay on the table. Discuss about it. Talk about it. Weigh matter what the effect, what the consequences will be. Because you are making a decision that involves millions of lives. I started by using the case of Ekbenemonyoshi. as an example. Those people that supported that criminal, including people that were contributing, because that time every week they always do ESN fundraising every Saturday. There are men and women that contributed towards those fundraising that were not aware that they were aiding destruction of their own land. Many of them donated to them innocently without knowing the effect of the contributions they are making. Because of the callousness of Igbenuma, as a stupid and a criminal and an agent he is, he did not weigh in his callous decisions, the effects, the consequences. Oh, a lot of people, and also my only problem with them is that they have continued to deny they don't know who perpetrated those acts against their communities, because they know it's a Igbenuma. Most of them in that community were cooking for Igbenuma. Some of their wives some of their wives were washing clothes for Igbenuma criminals. And some of their daughters were satisfying Igbenuma criminals on the bed. They were satisfying them sexually because of the and some of their young men were errand boys to them. They knew who invaded and destroyed their community. I wonder why they have continued to lie, to point at IPOB. Because IPOB has nothing to do in destruction of our own land. Our own is to secure, protect our land, and not to destroy. Back to what I was saying. Every brouhaha we are witnessing today in IPOB, or they can when support on the, is as a result of power tussle, money tussle. I have said this before, and I'll be laying more emphasis on it. And I have said before, as far as I know this struggle, if any good thing happens, we are holding the DOS leadership for it. If anything bad happens, we are holding them accountable. Because as much as we know, they are the ones in charge. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of IPOB. But because of where he is, me and you knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in a position or in a place where he can take decisions for IPOB. When you come to decision making, especially in a freedom fighting movement, in a country that say they prescribed you, that are hunting for the lives of members, that are destroying properties in the name of hunting down the members, whatever decision being taken has to be a very careful one, not a rash decision. It is not a decision agano na Sokoto weme. It is not a decision where that will come from a man that the Nigerian government went all the way to Kenya to abduct, committed such a heinous act the world winks at, because the whole aim is to collapse the movement. A man in the hand of the Nigerian government is not attainable to make decision that leads IPOB. What is the reason? The reason is not because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has lost his senses. No. His senses are so much intact. His senses are so much intact. But before you make decisions that lead a movement like IPOB, what information do you have at hand? Because as far as this struggle is concerned, there are enemies that are working against this struggle. There are groups that have interest in this struggle. There are people that want this struggle to rise and succeed. There are people that want this struggle to go down. There are people that engaged in one activities or the other in the last 5 years, either against the struggle or for the struggle. All this information that formed basis for decision making is not in the hands of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu holistically. That is why anytime decision making of IPOB centers, borders, and runs out from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the movement is at high risk. The movement is at high risk. When you look back, the decisions so far, I am not saying this in critics, no. I am bringing it in here as a scenario, as a case study. In the last 5 years, when you weigh the decisions Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has brought forward to lead the movement, all of those steps or all of those decisions has been calamity. I say that I am not saying this in critics against him. I am saying this, bringing this in here as a case study, as a foundational basis that he is not in a position to run IPOB, to take decisions for IPOB, to appoint for IPOB, to dismiss for IPOB. He does not have all that holistic information at his disposal to make right, informed decisions that leads a movement like IPOB. The first decision he made was the foundational problem of the calamity we sank into. I wish he didn't make that decision. It would have saved us some strength. It would have saved us some members. It would have saved lives in Biafra land. It would have saved communities. It would have saved trust on IPOB. Such steps jeopardized trust, people's trust on the movement. Enwere ndị achọzighị iji ntị wee nọ maka IPOB. Do you blame them? because of nkpa akpala na their communities. Nkpa ekberima akpala. The criminal ekberima is nobody. Would have not been any go. Take them out. Would have not been anybody if not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has asked me to take over Radio Biafra. Ekberima rose on that very announcement. A man in the hand of the enemies is not expected to meddle that length in the organization he was leading. So far, you are in a confined area and you have people you left outside. These guys are the ones seeing people, watching things going on. They are the ones that can investigate. If there are anything now, they say they want to appoint Oge for in IPOB. Investigations will be run on me. Who runs the investigation? The people that wants to appoint you. They want to know where you come from. Kamalo obodogi. In case izuru kwego mo uzu anything amala eba chugeje. They want to know whom you are. How long have you been in the organization? Where do you live? Do you live with a family? They need to know all these things. That is why when you come to develop country, before you get a job, your employer must have had all the information about you. I'm sure it's applicable in the whole of Western countries. Here now, they run like a criminal check on you. They call DBS. They consult the police to see if there's any information about you the police have. They want to do criminal checks on you in order to know if you are if you are suitable for that position. They will check on your address by you providing for them what do they call it? The correspondences. 3 or 2 different correspondences you have been, that shows you have been living in such an address, at least in the last 3 months. They want to run check on you where you have worked before. In fact, my own profession now, some places, they want to run checks on you. The way I'm working now, I recently started a new work. They want to know where you have worked in the last 10 years. They want to obtain references from all your employers to check whom you are, how you work. Are you responsible? Are you reliable? All these informations informed decisions whether you will be taken or not. The first decision Mazi Nnamdi Kanu take anye obula anye ebu and dokatinyala anye on the bench no today. I wish such decision were not made. We lost many of our members to Ekbenuma. A lot of lives went in Biafra land. Communities were destroyed, deserted, kidnapping were the order of the day in our land. The trust our people had on a movement dwindled. That is me. Because some people don't want to, because they have continued to classify activities of Ekbenema with our activities of IPOB. These are the effect, consequences of taking decision from detention. It did not do us well. It was a calamity on the struggle. It was a calamity on the struggle. We have had decisions about management of funds, IPOB funds. Millions, thousands, hundreds of thousands of hard currencies were squandered. First of all, starting from the porous setup, porous financial setup. That's aided in the US. Over $700,000. You know what it is? In Biafra, in our current, in Nigerian, in Naira. Exchange that money in Naira. It will push security of our land to a greater level. On the other hand, another side where money are being kept, we are seized. Many of you had it from Ngoru. It's not Oge speaking. And what you had is nothing but the truth. The HOD, Mazi Nnamdi, will call Nenayanya. Can I know what is coming in? In case if there are areas we need to work on, at least somebody that is now the manager, at least needs to know what is the outcome, financial outcome of the organization he now directs. That information we are denied. The whole setup we are concealed. Ekman, when you ask him Nenaya, he will tell you, Onyendu said not to allow anybody. Not to allow anybody. Not to allow anybody. Sorry, we have my cousin's daughter. Sorry, I need to speak to. Sorry, I have my cousin's daughter here with us today. So yeah. So yeah, these are the ill decision taken that has not done us any good in IPOB. 2022. December 2022, there were memo that were circulated. They said it's a memo, internal memo from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. 13-point memo. How Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to take decision for IPOB. It was even today I found out that this memo has been since 2022. More than 3 years. The content of this memo has remained the foundational problem of what we are seeing today. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, despite where he is, still wants to take decisions for IPOB. I have said it before. Not that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not cognitively enough to take decisions for IPOB. No. But because he has no much information at hand that will inform whatever decision he makes for IPOB. That he's not happy is as a result of the people in charge not carrying out these decisions he made for IPOB. When you listen to people talking, all you hear is what they are being fed. That the people in charge don't want to listen or obey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't want to obey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then when you ask, what are those areas? They are not obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the very sensitive areas that if caution is not applied, it can collapse the movement overnight. And we don't know how this leadership managed to hold IPOB in the last 5 years without finance. At times, some of them will ask, what have they achieved? The people asking this are the ones that don't contribute penny. Because in the freedom fighting movement, money works. Money does majority of the thing. You are asking a group of men penny, we are not handed over to them. Because the way they followed these guys, immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went in. Madam Oyibo with the ESN fund seized that one. Then Nayanya with all the monthly dues, all the special levies, we are going to seize the one she has. They did not stop at that. Last time I talked about how Kanonta worked with the former Italian national coordinator. Every day, they will be removing 1,000 euro, 1,000 euro, until they packed enough. Kanonta has to travel from Germany to Italy, where Gabule go, now Ghana must go. Where now? The same way, the woman in charge of money in the South Africa was directed not even to obey the South African national coordinator. If you remember the time they were having problem in South Africa, that is the cause of the problem. Ill decision making. From a man not in a place where he can take decisions. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to continue to lead, run IPOB day-to-day activities. Not that he's no more the leader. No. His position remained vacant. I remember 2021. Mazi Nnamdi made an open broadcast. I remember he said that the shoe size Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody can fit in. That was when he was warning Ekberima. When Ekberima was answering the spokesperson and the rest. His position, his seat in IPOB remains uncontestable. Nobody contests it. But the problem we are facing, the challenges we are facing, is that the same man in the hand of the enemies wants to appoint coordinators, wants to tell coordinators, sit here, you stand up, wants to tell you who you give money to, wants to tell you, open this radio and close that, the other one. That is the foundation of the challenges we are going through today. That is the foundation. Some people will ask, how do you know? I have said this before. Even Mazi Nnamdi confirmed it in the broadcast on Saturday. They have been communicating with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since 2021. There has been communications, explanations. When he says, remove this national coordinator, place this one, there will always be message sent to explain why such is not right, why such has an adverse effect on the movement. This is the problem we are going through. When you listen to all these people talking down on what we are doing, because it's no more the DOS that are attacking, they are attacking IPOB direct. What they are now telling people is IPOB needs to go down, that they will go now group that can bring Biafra. This is another wrong step, another wrong decision from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, enthroning a different group over IPOB, announcing this is the group that will now champion restoration of Biafra. And with the background information, such group has no interest of having Biafra as a nation. This is a group of retired US armies that is championing that militaries are killing Biafrans. They need to stop. This is their line. This is their objective. Because they are militaries. They were militaries. They knew in US, militaries don't kill civilians anyhow. But they saw Nigerian counterparts killing the innocents. And they are championing Nigerian military. Stop the killing. When you hear that they met certain people about the Christian genocide, yes, they can take that step because it's in line with their objective. They want killings to stop. That is their mission. Their mission is not the restoration of Biafra. Some of them don't even believe in Biafra. But today they are now telling us that these are the ones that will restore Biafra. And no more we IPOB that have been carrying flags on high streets, telling the world about our plight, going on different missions. These are the wrong decisions from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why when I say it, I still tell you, I am not saying pointing all this in critics. But it serves as a case study, as a scenario that says Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the capacity to take decisions for IPOB. The ones who take Igolo in the last 5 years almost collapsed the movement. If once again and now, this is what you hear. Many people have come to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot lead, cannot take, let me not use the word lead, because he still lead. He remains the leader, undisputable. But what we are saying, when it comes to decision making for IPOB, he is not in the position to do so. That is why anyone that comes from him, people will kick it. Because we have seen the ones who take Igoro before. It landed us into calamity. Even the ones who can achieve that now is all calamity. Last 2 weeks, he came up with 100 men. 100 men are the ones now to restore Biafra. Is it 100 men outside from those people you and him has been championing the restoration of Biafra? Okay, the Bible say, are we waiting for another Messiah? So you are telling us there is another Messiah now that will restore Biafra, and not we. Because when you condemned us, when you count us out, you have equally counted yourself out. Because you have been a part. You have been the one leading. You have been the one that have championed, lobbying with hundreds of thousands. When you are counting of 100 outside the people that the world recognize. I started by talking about our family in Ireland. If Irish government has anything to do with IPOB, they knew who leads IPOB in Ireland. When you come to UK here, the Home Office knew who is the national coordinator of IPOB in UK. There are some people that went to forge our letter-headed paper in order to submit to Home Office for the immigration things. The Home Office rejected it because they said they knew the signature of UK national coordinator. They knew the UK national coordinator's signature. So when you forge a different signature, they know. When you bring in another letterhead, they know. How did they know all these things? Because there has been communication between IPOB and these international officials. Now, when Anokatazia saying another 100 people that will do it outside IPOB, then this is where faction, parallelism comes in, confusion. If not that me and you started to dispute that very move, by now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have published names. Who he would have. He would have published names and tell you, this one is the media director. This one is in charge of this. Is the head of Europe. Is the head of Europe, Middle East. Faction. Real faction. That is why in any way they want to concoct and bring it out, we already knew the adverse effect. And that is why we keep on kicking it. Kicking it and kicking it harder. Because we know what it will cost us. We have not even come out from calamity. The calamity they landed us into just by announcing a Berima, go and take a slot on the radio. Every decision maker makes decision from reliable information within his or her disposals. And that is why I started by, we are better being led by men that sit over an issue, deliberate over such an issue, discuss about it, think of the pros and the cons before bringing it out. Because millions of lives are at lines. Any wrong moves takes life. Any wrong decision can collapse the movement. The other last time, when I talked about who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to use to replace coordinator in Germany, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't know that man. It was a recommendation from Kanunta. This is another thing you weigh in when you decide on who is making decision for the organization. A man in a position where he relies on the people around him for information of whom to choose, of whom to remove, of whom to take, of what to say, of what not to say, of who handles money. Such a man is vulnerable. Because you have people with selfish interests around. You have the lawyers that want their own bid to be done. You have the siblings that wants to gain. These are the interests around a particular thing or a particular decision that one wants to make. So when you hear people like me saying, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot make decision for IPOB, there is a reason. He's not in a position to do so. He's not in a position. If anything, if this movement goes down today, the people me and you will hold accountable are this DOS. Because they cannot tell us now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lead her. Somebody like me will look at them as and even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can even deny them. He will even ask you, when did I come to you to tell you so? He can deny. He never says so. He can deny. He can deny. So what we are saying in earnest, the decision that leads a movement like this, the position of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is like a position of advisory role. That's the role, the position he is. Guidance, inner guide, and not taking outright decision for IPOB. When you hear that the DOS are not obeying him, these DOS in question are intelligent men with different experiences in different fields of life. Anything that happens to the movement, they know they are responsible. They are the ones that will hold accountable, and not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any disappointment is a disappointment from them. Any failure is a failure from them. Any uplifting is an upliftment from them. We will clap for them. But anything that goes wrong, we will hold them accountable. When 50 of our youths were mown down in Aba, 2022, or the March 31st, those guys that were wearing a Fendi that came out to protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Up till today, people are still poking on this DOS. Why did you bring this man out? And guess what? The poking is coming from Kanu Kanu. This is a man that knows that the DOS were not made aware of that protest. If the DOS were the ones, the street, if they were the ones that sent those guys, somebody like me will ask them, guys, with all these killings in Nigeria, I got me about it. Because in the last 5 years, we have seen the energy the Nigerian government channeled in their quest to destroy IPOB. Until they came out to say that their hands are not into that protest, they did not sanction it. Then people relax. Otherwise, they would have been queried. Even if it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that gave them order, organized people to do protests for me, and they went ahead to obey that, any consequences that rose from it, they, the DOS, will be held accountable. Because they are the one directing. They are the one leading. In my profession here, even if your manager or the director delegates a duty to you, a duty you know you are not trained, your training does not cover that duty. But because now you want to be an obedient servant and you take it over to do, any consequences that rises comes on you. Your registration number can be taken away from you. Nobody listens to you to say that it is the manager that asks you to do. Because you have received a training that should equip you to know your capabilities, to know your endeavors, to know the extent you shouldn't go, the limit you can't go. When we hear that the DOS are not obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when you narrow it down, God, thank you that all these things were in package, enumerated as a 13 point. This is the anger of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They refuse to carry it out. When you look at this decision Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made, 13 decision for IPOB, when you pick them one by one to examine it, you will be able to explain whether any of this will be in the interest of IPOB in general, or just in the interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or in the interest of his siblings, or in the interest of his family. We are working towards a collective interest. No more only what benefits us as the IPOB. What benefits millions of Biafrans, we are working to protect. Let me run through So at least I'm going to open my line. I would like somebody to call in and tell us which of these points, or where do you want this DOS? Or how do you want this DOS to adopt all this decision? I've been dwelling on the decision for IPOB. Number 1 of it says, this is 2022. DOS is forbidden from responding to Simon Ekpa, no matter what. DOS are forbidden from responding to Simon Ekpa. When you forbid DOS from intervening in the issue of because when the Unyushi Simon was out, there are certain steps the DOS took to disassociate the Egberima from the movement. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says he is banning the DOS from taking any step against Egberima, guys, do you think such decision is in our own interest? The DOS took a decision of sending delegates to Finland to deliver a letter to tell them that this criminal is not part of IPOB. The DOS took decisions of writing series of what do we call it again? IPOB press releases announcing to the world that this criminal is not part of us. Do you want to tell me that the DOS shouldn't have done all those? Disassociating the movement from Egberima? That is why I tell you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in a position to make decision as far as he is inside. Because the people running day-to-day activities have reasons why they are taking each step. They have reasons. The second one says again, DOS should never, okay, never is written in capital to tell you how serious it is. DOS should never dabble into the finances of the family. They should never at all, including Mazi Nnamdi that wants to know from Nnenaya what is going on. Can I know how far we are going? Can I know? Not give me, not show me. Can I know? Oh, Ibo, can I know? Can you brief me? Not can I see? Manana Agwaya, do not dabble. Yeah, we are wall. Mazi Nnamdi, look after the family. But don't dabble, don't look. Speak, don't eyes right. The one you get like this. Just now no look at zombie. Kedo ha. Mazi Zulumi can no look at zombie. I'm an European rep. Just become zombie. Do not dabble. And the same do not dabble. We saw Kanonta dabbling. Meme dabbling. Even my in-law naked blanket Nisi is also dabbling. These are useless decisions formed to cripple the movement. To cripple the movement. When they were given this notice, do not double, 700 and something thousand, 700 and something US dollars has already gone in the US. It's already gone. I remember when those women carried those money. People were querying Mazi Nnamdi, why can't we go and sue that woman? Why can't we recover our money? Why can't we recover our money? Because anything that happens to IPOB finance in Ketan and Kechi, we don't know any other people, if not the people in charge, which are the DOS. If tomorrow they tell us that somebody carried our money and run away, we don't want to hear who is that. We want to hold them because they are in charge. They should have known that Nonya Gahapulego should be somebody that don't have that have other signatories attached to the account, and not even with the one person a happily a signatory to millions of dollars. Why Oga Heji we buriye managa? Because you can't get him or her. Because you have not tightened. The setup is hollow, is hollow, is porous. This is the second one, no, do not double. Let's look at the third one. These are the areas that are telling us. Areas Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not happy. Or one that are telling us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not happy that all these things we are not done. Number third one says all sacked national coordinators appointed by MAK must be reinstated with immediate effect. I'm gonna go with immediate effect. We have a talk watch. With immediate effect, who are those national coordinators they want to reinstate? The one that colluded with Kanonta and were withdrawing 1,000 every day. Or withdraw Charego Juagma. Kanonta came and carried the money and went. That is the criminal in Italy, Ogoro, that that are Anagwani. The criminal should be restored. Or the one in Germany. The one in Germany that raised an alarm. That is the one Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to be removed. These decisions does not augur well. IPOB cannot be led this way. The one that colluded with Kanonta and carried our money, when you are telling us to restore him, it shows that you are abetting criminality. You are abetting embezzlement. You are telling us you know about that embezzlement. You are the one sending them on that mission. That's what it means. That's what it means. You are the one behind them. And remember, communications has been going on. When you tell them, restore that national coordinator, they will pass message back to tell you, this is what this national coordinator did. And that is why we will not restore him. But you are not happy. Because he worked on your own interest, not on the interest of the movement. These are the decisions that landed us in bigger problem in IPOB. And you are from all this. Have we recovered from financial embezzlements of our funds? We have not. Have we recovered from the menace of Ekbenima? Have we recovered our members Ekbenima took? Have we recovered from unknown the Banyan in Biafra land? Nanye bu anye maybe see their community. Have we recovered from that? We have not recovered from them. Let's continue. This is number 3. Then number 4. No national coordinator is to be removed without clearance from him. No national coordinator should be removed without clearance. Some of the insubordinate national coordinators has been removed. The recent one now, JC Ayonyuku. You see how these guys shoot themselves on the legs. The JC Ayonyuku was speaking, is it either yesterday or day before yesterday? I heard him saying that he was purposefully disobeying the leadership because he wanted to leave them. He said it with his mouth that he was purposefully disobeying because he was suspended and later expelled on the ground of insubordination. And his own insubordination does not only centralize on him, he was on the verge of jeopardizing lives of our members. If there is another area, I will give it to this very DOS leadership. They have been very mindful on the protection and security of lives of our members. What they go on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants protests to be conducted for him in Biafra land. But the ones that have been done so far, there has been killing. People's husbands were being mown down. People's sons, nephews are being killed and slaughtered on the street. This DOS will not be moved to risk lives of people. Protests can happen in every other part of the world, if not Nigeria, because they knew the consequence. They don't want to jeopardize people's lives. Already many has gone. Many lives has been sacrificed for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The 28 men in the palace, those lives sacrificed for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The one in Aba, those Fendi guys, they sacrificed their lives because they came out to protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do we talk about the ones stuck up in different prisons? Before, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to come to court, the leadership will make an announcement. Please, all our people in different areas, mobilize yourself to go to Abuja then to solidarize with our leader in the court. During that process, many of our comrades were disappeared because the Nigerian DSS will always wait for you on the road. When you are coming, they knew it's you people, and they work with information. When you remember some of Mazi Nworu's brokers, he will always say, there were people that were warned not to go. I mean, they were given an advice on how to go, but they went and did it in their own way. They were caught. Many of them, Juruhan, are different prison. Different prison. All attention is on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man they were in the prison for, the man they died for. These are the things this DOS wants to cut down. They want life protected. But people like JC Ayonyuku is seeing such move as a sabotage. Many a times, the other protests they went, he was warned, do not have open meeting with our members to attend that protest. Even if you want to speak to people, let it be done privately, not calling meeting. Because not everybody in your WhatsApp platform, in your Telegram platform, there are DSS there that were there to pick information. After After telling JC Ayonyuku, that guy doesn't hear. Do not call meeting for protest involving our people. That thing you told him not to do is what he will do the next day. He will not only do it, he will tell you people make contributions, money, so that we can buy banners, buy flag, and you gonna wave. We'll be waving it on the air. These are the areas this leadership wants to protect comrades' lives. Mana Jesse Ayonyuku doesn't want to hear. He is not only risking his life, he wants to risk the life of others. He doesn't follow instruction. That is why he was speaking 2 days ago. He says he was purposefully disobeying instruction because he wants to depart. He wants to depart. So let's continue. Let's continue. So when they tell you, do not sack any national coordinator, even people that want to risk lives of members are happy on Ezuzu. Somebody like Jesse Ayonyuku will be left there, risking people's lives. No. The next one says, head of DOS should immediately announce the new appointment of German coordinator. You know, because the new German coordinator they want to place there is a handyman of Kanu. So, if Kanu has deceived a lot of people, he will tell you, don't worry, your case is on the table of Onyendu. He's going to decide on it. Don't worry, you already made a coordinator. So now, Anna does it, the leadership. Announce it immediately. Announce that man, Kanu's friend. These are the things you see when it comes to decision making that covers or that works towards on personal interest, because somebody's interest or gains wants to be met. Therefore, speak, make it a law. Let them announce it. Then I go on her announce for him full-fledged men. People that weighs cons and pros, not because they want to disobey you, but because they want to protect lives. They want to protect the struggle. Instead of destroying the struggle, they better disobey you. Because your commandments, all these commandments in for now, is all on a personal interest ground, not on the general welfare of the movement. Number 6 says, head of DOS to inform all coordinators not sending in their monthly ego, power and money. Number 6, head of DOS to inform all coordinators not sending in their monthly dues to Germany is fighting against MNK. So, see, we are all the national coordinator. Because at a time when we observe what Naya was doing, at a time, even me, I saw paying when I noticed Naya what she was doing. And not only me, many other people. So we decided, we know they send again. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, keep on pushing your money to Naya. A woman that shows accountability. That is why they don't want HOD to know what comes in. A whole head of Directorate of State. If HOD doesn't know how much that comes into IPOB and how much that goes out, then who knows? How then do you call it an institution? It's nothing less than family business. That is the way the finance we are being run. It was being run like Kanu's establishment. That is why Kanonta travel all the way from Germany to go to Germany. Kogabule go na Ghana must go. Onyori. Buego organization na Ghana must go na. And that is the coordinator. They were telling them to restore back and keep on pushing money to Nen Nayanya. These are the decisions, ill decision that will collapse IPOB. These decisions, none of them will build this movement. They are jeopardy to what we are doing. Number 7, it says, Italy coordinator should not be tampered with. Italy coordinator, that is Ogolo. Ogolo that was withdrawing 1,000. When he gathered a lot, Kanonta came and pack it and go. Oronyori. Isn't he a criminal? And this is a man they are telling us not to tamper. Thank God on our tamper. Anyway, hey! Now, let me tell you guys one thing. You know, they have continued to call Chinasanworu. To them, they thought it's Chinasanworu pushing everything happening. No. Chinasanworu Aukwa a very good man. If you have spoken with this man, he's a good man. There are professionals, intelligent people, stubborn people, very, very stubborn. You might not be hearing about them. But these guys are not the people that you will tell them, send all money to Nen Nayanya, and they will listen to you. Because they have weighed your action and knew that what you were saying is capable of destroying and not making. Mazi Nnamdi, as quiet as he is, you think he's a walkover? He's not a walkover. One of his brokers those days, he says, when you are bringing out your head, when you are bringing out your head, then after bringing out your head, that what he will do, he will use machete. That is the way he walks. On Abamba, if you go on Abamba, when you Abamba Umuru, that is why some of you are misunderstanding him to be a very tough guy. And will indeed see none of DOS people you don't hear about. They are not to walk over. They are not the people you command from Okulu bed, and they will listen to you. You'll be happy and they wouldn't talk back to you. How bagging it? But what they will do is in their heart, and that is what they are going to do. And they will just keep quiet and be watching you. All over the place. They are even saying, no, Moru is now leading the DOS, Because he comes to radio to talk. That man in this people that have lived in abroad, work in public offices, and knows how things are being done. These are the men in Agua. You are telling them, give all the money to Nen Naya that don't do accountability. These are the people you are telling, restore back a criminal coordinator in Italy, that we are withdrawing 1,000, and you think they will obey you? They will not obey you. What they owe you is respect. That is why they keep on sending back messages to clarify things, explaining things to you. telling you, no. This person cannot go back to that position. This is what he committed. This is public fund. You don't run public fund this way. You don't run organization this way. And you think you can push them. You can't. You can't. Let's continue. I think this is number 8 now. No account should be open in South Africa, US, France, or anywhere, including Italy. Gwagodomo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no n'ime. Why is he this so concerned about this? About where money goes? About where accounts should be open? Ebe aka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no we gbu onwe ya. Because he no na aka ndị ilo. If it's me, what I'll be doing there, helping myself. I will be in prayers for my deliverance. God, help me, save me. Be with this movement I started. Sustain them, protect them. Be with the leadership. Give them wisdom. If there is anything they brought to your table, just advise them. Don't push them. Don't mandate them. Don't give them order. Don't tell them with immediate effect. Because when they now go with immediate effect, some of them senior you. Some of them are higher than you in academics. Some of them are richer than you. You don't delegate duties to men and still control them and still push them. Many people will not accept it, especially when they know it's not in the interest of our collective efforts. Number 9, of ego has come back again. All money should be paid. Hey, Chineke mo, how many times will money come up? All money should be paid to Germany. The way I'm reading it now is the way this thing is. Isn't this laughable? Number 9. All money should be paid to Germany. Nenaya. Nenaya no salary of 5,000 euro. When before months runs out, she's already taking her 5,000 euro. You can be telling her what was just gone down. Please, emergency, just 200,000, emergency. I will not take order from you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only person I listen to. She never forces so. Why wouldn't we just cut you off? Nana get that portfolio. And I think we will leave you. You're not going to leave you. But give her money to Nenaya. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu figure. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I'm on social media. You are seeing all things. We are not giving Nenaya. Shh. Come on. Nke kochara akocha. Kemo ego kochara akocha. Penny akochara akocha. We are not giving to her. We are not giving to her. 10 says DOS must avoid. Hey, Chineke mo ofu ego akwan dabbling. Onye wetedere this English or can suggest this English, Ofu dabbling na. Number 10. DOS must avoid dabbling into finances of the family to avoid omiomos. That's all repetition. No kwa. But Kananta is dabbling. All your families are dabbling. Then the people that are working, that needs that money to work with, should not dabble. It's not right. And these are the ways, these are the points, the decision making for IPOB. How we have actually implement here. This is the way IPOB would have been run. That is why I will open my line. Bikono, if you have a contrary opinion to say that these things should be obeyed, please kindly call when I open the line. We would like to hear how we are family. Let's deliberate. Let's deliberate about this thing. Because from my own perception, all these things are all in the personal interest. It favors interest. It favors personality. It's not in the interest of the movement. And that is why it was brushed under the carpet. It's it's just now, or if he's on a paper now, after doing this program, before you guys, I will tear it into pieces and put in the bin. Because I say it is as rubbish. Number 10, DOS must stop. Okay. 12, Madoka. Hey! Nekwana ebe nta agwara anyị na mmadụ ka mmadụ nyaro Benjamin. Hey, ihe na ayakwa ya. Wait, can blue glass read there this one. Number 11. Madoka to report immediately to him through counsel the reasons for the insecurity in Imo State. Okay. I thought maybe I came Benjamin appoint as DOS member. Okay. Okay. 12 says all press statement. Okay. Are you telling Madoka Mado to report to you the reasons for insecurity in Imo State? Is Benjamin Onyenwa, Benjamin Onyeka that guy? Is that guy in charge of security of the land? Is he the one appointed to be in charge of the security of the land? He's not. He's not. So why him bringing that report? Probably you don't have trust on others. 12. All press statements must be to unite the family and press for the release from detention. Okay. 13. Copies of this memo is to be sent to Chike Doziem Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Keep one for MAK. 13. I had some call. Let me see if this person has the contrary opinion. Hang on a minute. Okay. Let me increase this. 13. Copies of this memo is to be sent to Chike Doziem. One moment, please. Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Keep one for MAK. 13. I thought I picked this call. Somebody called. Oh man, because I told you guys to call. If you have a contrary opinion, it's highly welcome. So this person called. Let's see. Is a woman. Good. You know. Can you woman that it might be a woman. Can you know kind from Wada? Now who's no woman working. Hello. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Sister Chukwu. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Oh, I thought it's a woman calling. Okay, you can go on. Go on, that's fine.
So it's not a woman.
Okay.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. We are hearing you. Continue.
Okay. So I'm so much happy that tonight I can win a mother, but it's very strong. People like you are still there, educating the Biafrans. We don't represent the children in here and the world. Because this dictator, no, they are already not a million water. We don't feel they watch our hands and this, she decided to walk. And make a little of my shooter.
No, thank you.
Because, na Kenya ị na-akọwa ka a na-ejikwe Mazi Nnamdi na ọda anụmasụpọtụ onye gezile adịghị support for me my own person because ifemego egechiri m programụ Mazi mere na 20
Mazi Nworo
ngechere ya mere akwa chebam in short mana ndị Igbo mana nna m si batịna na na-agwa ya okwu na nke na-ekwu na akpịrị ka ọ chọrọ ịnụ ịmakwa okwu ka na-ekwu Mazi Nworo na akpịrị ọ chọghị ikwu ya still the love because okwu enye mmadụ ihe ga-emebi
no Mazi Nworo enwekwa ihe o kwuru ọkwa just obele just little
Can protect somebody after the somebody accused here Arabia? I tell you, all can protect the structure.
You are right.
The one Simon, by hearing the Simon, the location everywhere, teeth everything. Even in one our leader. Our leader did not even challenge him from inside or not. I was confused. When we are challenging this Simon, even the great, and when I saw him, maybe home, maybe the I was always because the guy when he came, maybe we can happen to go the airport, but maybe go on a court. Maybe no one being here at that one I've been a court. No for that, I'm a main interview. They say, hi, go good opportunity as you see. Pass you to that Simon Barrett.
You are right. I observed that in a lot, and it pained me. You are right. I'm happy people are picking things. I'm happy people are picking things. Yeah.
Let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu president. So to go pass, even la joy. You know what I'm not going to do. I feel you want to manage you understand? But you want to manage the thing you know, and this trouble I'm starting from. It's easy. My happiness with any land I stand my grant. Even from the one number at your meeting, Daddy and now to meeting. That place is some kind of party today. Since 2016, that place that should be like a Canova. Even if I the like you, my own to move away the matter to be corner. But you made that go issue. I was in my heart to the market for a only Tiamana. Only me him, my ear, the Mamma Graboma. Can you have a cry here? Eh? You want to go in the way time, manage to be here. Or Canada. Can you take a serious one map? Structure you do today. Even over the program, when the program also that anything the DS says goes. Even this is not the trick of them come up on 2-4 hours. One of my hands, I need a weapon. In my number, the Joshua some open Macassamon, when you are choosing someone about you. I presume DS, I presume Chico the same. I presume which means there is something playing. Because my sister of a London came up.
Yeah.
Because can you make this thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu interview can that time because here now because before before that that time only no labo only how even Mazi clear the air exactly. I don't make say when anything I'm manage surrender. Because he had me playing at them surprise. They were even later.
Yeah.
I didn't live Camera, even military to probably me.
Yeah.
Secondly, also because that clip Mazi Nnamdi said that any does that now in a case you may let the nearest person shoot him to death because you want to clip and can play here than a program 2-4 hours. So that we have natural change this narrative. Kona Pakahama, the people want to have in case Makichi.
Yeah. Thank you for your contributions. Yeah. Thank you. Let me pick another call. I'm happy this caller picked something, you know. All along, I'm very open and honest. All along, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was coming to court. Many of the occasions he had the chance and the space to speak. Honestly, I was expecting him go see an honor puta or Simon Afa. Now that he's not the one sending this guy. Simon was using his name for ESN, associating himself as IPOB, answering Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's disciple, connecting himself, associating himself so much to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. Not even one day did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu open mouth and mention his name. When you connect it, I'm happy this caller raised it. I've had that in my mind. When you connect that action and what he says on number 1 of this memo, DOS is forbidden from responding to Simon Ekpa, no matter what. When you weigh the two, it connects. Because he doesn't want to implicate Simon. He doesn't want to mention him. Probably he wants to keep him as, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sorry to say it, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody that doesn't have trust on anybody. He only trusts himself. No matter whatever thing you do for him, he's still game. Probably Ochora he play 2 games. Can reserve Simon in case you can go say the car align with Simon. Because I saw no reason why he couldn't mention Simon. He has mentioned Rising Sun from the court. He has mentioned Avid from the court. So, what was so difficult mentioning Simon from the court when he was destroying with his name, with the name of IPOB? And he brought a memo. The first item on the memo, the first one, DOS is forbidden from responding to Simon Ekpa. It reveals a lot. It shows a lot. Let me pick this call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, please make it short, please. I have a lot of calls coming in. Yes, I can hear you.
So thank you very much. Because I'll never get your program. I've just followed you. Only that don't follow it. But your contribute to my opinion.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because I see all you read. You command any. Okay. So the government come on is this. So whether the EIM, you don't know come to all at this program. You don't know that one. You don't know that one.
No, that one is not included. It's not included in the item. Hey, go money.
one window, even though for my can also see. At the end of it, I bet I will talk our warrior and men. Biafra, we have above it. The worst mistake, according to our Ekuma and Biafra, you always say that the mistake you man in Canada is that it has everybody together. The point of we have opened our eyes. I am a guy, and many have lost all their hearts. Many have contributed all their hearts on this struggle. I'm not there. At the end of it, I think I need to create 500 men from prison. 100 men, I said, I create 100 men. The letting take is 400 men. Can you hear them? On this social media, the line I believe for one. Find that it's a year and the land of the people I knew. That's an ambassador no make a church I don't know how it will be, but I don't know how to yarn on the I can even face
Mba, because I can Canada side.
Money has gone. Money has gone. That one gets go. People buy money and the line. They have caused all the damage. People on their valley. Some may lose their family. Some may lose their money. Some may lose their very unfair. Come on, you want to back. Come on, you might not have. Or we are the Christian about. Mandemo is very painful. I don't like GPS. They can see moon. You can tell them it. When you're going to that one, that's a number for a we are here to defend ourselves. We are here to defend our land. We must get Biafra and show it shall be. And then the country.
No, you are sounding well. It's okay.
Am I coming out clear?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, because I'm on the so I don't know about the Biafrans. When you're going to guide the movement, one of the other going understand me, one of the other going up in the other sort. Look at the watching. Look at the blacksmith. The man put down happy and you can't put down can't put support any other. I'm on the other level, no family something. No family can touch the mother. And that's there not. Why not try too much? Very painful. No papa, if I don't get it, I'm not here to travel and the kind of this family. I'm here to defend Biafra. I'm here to get Biafra and this one. Understand me? I don't know what Biafra is in the corner of the problem. We want to vigilant. I am like us. Yes, we don't know but I have a better. But we will fight this battle to the end. At the end of it, I am on the point. So, yeah, the only one on your line.
Yes.
I don't have a young one. That year, they never can feel for one. So, you want to they want to
yeah.
We want to show yes. We don't change it. I put an answer. I was unique. When we remember, we're going back. Oh, there's a more deep. There's a more. Oh, we are going and we are not going back. No one that is funny.
Yeah, darling. Thank you. Okay. Ndewo ezigbo nwa Chineke. Jisike, daalụ. Thank you for your contribution. Ciao. Ndidle. Ciao. So I have another person that was calling. I stopped your call because someone was on the phone. Oh, I have a Biafran child. Let me call you. Nwa Chineke. Anyway, Biafran child, it looks like he's busy now. I have other callers. Biafran child, you can call me back. It looks like I missed your call. You can call me back, please. Yeah, let me pick, let me see another person that called. There's one guy I stopped his call. Let me see if you are the one here. In case if you have a contrary opinion, it's highly welcome. Yeah, we are family. We are, everybody is saying his or her mind. Hello, good evening and welcome to the program. You called earlier.
Yes. Yeah, I want to appreciate your program, you know. But then I never learned somebody who that this kind of program. Or this, and also actually making
because Biafran child, 1 minute. Biafran child, I will call you next. Yeah, sorry, somebody is already talking. I will call you next. Biafran child. Yeah, continue, sir.
Yeah, actually making the US all Nana was but all. Yeah, but the people on my hair, they charge. Because in a watch here, even in Nnamdi Kanu go through Simon and the NSAS. And here we don't want to hear with the so Uchemopon, we want so with Uchemopon because of NSAS. Uchemopon refused to broadcast about NSAS because he know implication. That is the problem. About Simon everything now we are going to Simon is doing well. And we put DSS or get it dropped all these things. That's the end I get we pay it. But okay, China some world one car. Namaru do one a good year. Namaru did on a you was saying that. End of it. You book what is something. These men are sacrificing their life for everything. Now, Bomboni here, Galokma, and I thought things upside down. Not the whole good. So many people, you know, they go many things. We go my yen. Yana Bombo Pungolo because most of us are outside. They buy another. I want to know. No more posing a guy. You will not listen to the man. In a gazebo sheep. No more freedom fight. I have me a family.
Yeah.
Think of somebody like Chike, those here, yes, we met a phone lens. Or we're born in because they go the guy with Talo, everybody amba. Actually, no microphone lens. No. We are mature, they know. Bible matter. I have one.
Do you know the worst? Do you know the worst? The same Edoziem will always been asked, mobilize, tell our members to continue to contribute and be sending to Nena. And this is a man you told him not to look, not to dabble. But what you want him to be doing is to continue to encourage members to continue to. All these things are just so ridiculous. Of course. Of course.
You know, many things are about to work. Very important something. What are you off, human? As soon as you know me, because hit nas me phone lens. Many persons Hannah say, here procedure, you are doing with the people who might be done better. Malo, maybe in a garden of good, big outside that. And they are following that instruction. They are sending that instruction back to him. Or that reply. It's not good. When you put on the US, they don't want Mazi Nnamdi to come out. It doesn't work that way. Even a very good lawyer, now somebody like Michael Zuko, and maybe they want everything, just cool down. You never have a lawyer is in our zone, getting them today. We return for spear well. Only thing now, if you can list to leadership, DOS, ask them because we need to go and apologize to Uchemofon. Openly. We have to do that. To be honest. But when he hear more only that he said may disagree that now he hear Basalo, okay, with that ESN. Also, no, go now with that ESN. He will not be public. I am a public. Oh, yeah, we here security something I is so people I am. No, to a case, and here now is good.
Because nobody so nobody will know it. When once he broadcast the one in a malo, everybody said, "But all the yellow and the delay the put ESL, the DSS, the plastic DSS, and I may say, "Do this is no more here, why away, man? To be Britain, Yamadi Panama, and me, you will not know it." I saw the doctor with his own man, he doing something, you won't know.
I'm sure you're right.
I guess they may. Sometimes need to wisdom or husband when we are in a
yeah.
I guess they may. If you don't fight an alcohol a day job, it takes time. Sometimes they consult to all the international community, America, local. Don't make many things involved. So here you are, no, it doesn't work that way.
No. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must have gotten the message because he's had that mentality as that supremacy mentality that once he says it becomes the law. Now he could see that guys somehow I don't know but we have due to experiences. We have known better, and you know, yeah. So that's why we've been waiting for them. Yeah, they are probably sharing 100 men. He put himself in a very tighter corner because people, the dumb will begin to speak. Before we speak louder. Yeah, it watch now. Some of this thing on them all put on our here. How many people do you see now still campaigning within the movement? Coupled with what the siblings are doing, which he's been supporting. Which he's been supporting.
Agreement to agreement. It doesn't work that way because not UOS be involved. They must have an international community on their side. It may all be okay. They record everything. They will post it.
Yeah, thank you, my dear. Let me pick another call. Round up.
One more point. Do you know in my battery can guru a good weapon IPOB? So many people are malon. You can guru a go balumbo. We send to message to Nnamdi Kanu. Not on them will sign more. Call his name. Ojo. Because of that, he can guru a go have to let IPOB know. No, because so nobody can take me good is now. It involved in the killing. That's the reason. What you weapon? When you also. Yeah, thank you for your program.
Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, let me. No. Emma, I did explain this at the beginning. Honestly, if not my work, the kind of work I do, I'll be doing program every day. I do like a longer hour shift. So at the end of the day, you find out you can't do anything for that day. You understand? So that's why I'm not coming often. If it was the kind I was doing before, at least I will always have a way of managing things and I will be coming often. But all I know is any day I am off, I will always try and come on board. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for your contributions. Yeah. Jessica. Jessica. Okay. Let me call a Biafran child. I miss his call and yeah. Biafran child, you can pick now, please. I don't know why he's not picking. Hello, Biafran child. Biafran child, 1 minute. Before you go on, I want to thank you for representing IPOB and Biafra in the Luxembourg event, cultural event on that was on Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, you did us yes, yeah, you made us proud. We saw you all throughout the event, broadcasting and explaining things to us, showcasing our culture, our predicaments, and our plights to the world. So we appreciate you. And we say, may God bless you and replenish you with more strength. And all you do for Biafrans, you say, you can go on now, sir. Yeah.
Actually, I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Actually, this is my job. This is why I always do.
Yeah, we know, I know.
People don't understand that I have played a lot of roles in this Biafran restoration project. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was newly kidnapped, I always represent IPOB to be as their correspondent by African Punch newspaper, African Punch TV by my son. I've been with myself many times, by Mazi Nnamdi. Sometimes these people are saying that Mazi Nnamdi is not doing anything. A man that is working assiduously, making sure that the medias are intact.
They don't know how many meetings Mazi Nnamdi do. They don't know.
They don't even know that Mazi Nnamdi come to broadcast. They don't even know.
Yes,
but
yes.
the problem is because they are not, because they want Mazi Nnamdi to come on like Facebook to begin to broadcast. That is when they will see that, yes, he's doing something. Ada, this is not the reason why I'm here. I am here to explain some things to our people.
Okay.
Because we understand this struggle, we understand the organogram, and there's a lot of points that you make on this your broadcast, which is very important, and our people have to understand this. You see, you said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is telling the leaders to continue contributing to Nnamdi, and they should not respond to Simon Ekpa. And they should not tap into IPOB finance by Nnamdi. Now, I want you to pay attention. I want our people to listen. This is not propaganda. I am not coming here to gaslight our people. I am telling you people how we think. It's left for you to use your common sense to understand. And I keep on saying this from the day one. Most of our people in this struggle, we were zombies. I will call it that form. But that does not mean that we could not change. That is why you see all this thing is happening now. And I keep on saying this, that what is constant in life is change. And one of our brothers said something here, and I'm telling you that he is correct. That our brother was correct. The reason why he came and left is wrong. There's what they call approach. They were using Simon. I have said it in one of my broadcasts. And the reason why we were trying to challenge Simon Ekpa is because he was attaching himself to IPOB. And we have understood that IPOB is an institution. It's not owned by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the reason why the media came out in mass to make sure they stop Simon Ekpa. And that is the reason why today when you go to Finland, the IPOB in Finland is still going on. And that is a very big achievement for us. Now, and I keep on saying this to our people, if I knew, Mazi Nnamdi saying this now, if I knew that this struggle is like this from the day one, I will never join this struggle. If I do understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the head, he is the tail, he is the one that is going to make decisions, he is the one that also going to produce push the game out to our people. I am not going to join this struggle because I am not a kid. I have once been a head of an organization, which is a very small organization, when I was in school, called Literary and Debate. We call it L&D. I know that we have first man, we have second man, we have third man, and we work together. Now, when this our brother said that he came and left, he came and make it clear. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also listen to us. He make it clear condemn Simon Ekpa. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to talk about Simon Ekpa and what is his name, the one like chimpanzee, he stopped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even though we don't even know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want to say, but he stopped him. That pushes again so hard. So does it mean that we are fighting Simon Ekpa? Why Mazi is working with Simon Ekpa to allow each other? And that is exactly what played. There's no two ways about it. I'm telling our people the truth. And our sister, there is something that you said here. I want our people to understand. Mazi Nnamdi can be a powerful man the way we see him. We are the people that made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In every organization, okay, there must be a leader. And in every organization, there must most leader more than any other members or leadership. This is the way it is. And I want our people to always know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being the head of IPOB does not mean that he has to overrun everybody. He has to step on everybody. And that is exactly what is happening today. Okay? I keep on saying this to our people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never, ever expect that such a thing will happen. And I have told our people that the reason why you see that these people could not say anything during the time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was out here with us, and we, the media, don't even know what is going on because, believe you me, there is a blackout. We don't know. Everything we call it gospel. And the leaders are not relating to us. And the reason why they were doing this, let us keep on moving forward. Let me tell you people this. Write it and say that Mazi Nnamdi say it. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was out here with us, if Mazi Shiki don't say ever go against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu order, like Mazi, don't do this. Believe you me, Mazi Shiki will not be that strong. You know, sometimes I begin to remember the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was trying to call people's name. Because after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called people's name and the Shemefo issue come in, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not even talk to Shemefo. We are the ones that be able to make Shemefo. You know, we said a lot of things to Shemefo that even did it. Not the one he did, not the one that they don't even have an idea. Which is, they keep on doing the same today. But I have told them that they should change their path. Abusing people, writing insults to people that they don't even know what they committed. And when you ask them, nobody can ever give account. That is what Islam did. So, what is happening now is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never think that a time like this will come. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never thought that what is constant in life is change. Now, somebody that is a zombie, someday, one day, you will begin to think. Somebody that is too loyal to you, that is accepting Mazi Nnamdi, you see, that what Mazi Nnamdi just said last time is just a very tip of iceberg. I know a lot of things in this trouble. Even though before Mazi Nnamdi, I know a lot of things, even though through Secretary to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is Kaluna Okora, we discuss a lot of things. I know a lot of things, even though through reaction office. Even though they also later they created what they called Abianos. And again, they questioned that thing by them. It's Abianos. And these Abianos are those people in liaison office. All of them, they are from Abianos. You can have said, this is not the reason why we're here. We also counter that one. Now, you are telling us that in a big organization like this, IPOB, that is only one man that is going to be controlling this, is going to say what is going to happen. I begin to say, so does it mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is really accepting that supreme leader, that whatever he says goes? No, it's not going to happen in our time. And I want you to know there's something that you said here, and I agree with you 100%. If it's not about this media today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could have released names. Believe you me, I don't lie about it.
Oh, that's true.
If it's not about this countering these things, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could have, even though he could have changed everybody. But we are telling him.
I even come out to announce that he's dissolving DOS. That's where he will have more problem.
Yes, because according to Darlington, because sometimes you will also there's also on it. Darlington himself has said it come with that number. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if he wanted to, he's already dissolved. If the wife told him that, don't dissolve this people. You understand what I'm saying? So we know that from the beginning. But what we're saying today, I keep on saying this to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some people say that he listened to us, he hear our conversation. I want to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you see all those things have played in the past. Running on people, stepping on people's toes, is not going to repeat itself again. We have learned and we have understood. Because sometimes it's good for something to happen, for us to know, to really know what is playing. We are all blind. Believe you, all these years that we are in this struggle, I can tell you that maybe leadership, they know about this, but there's nothing they can do. Because if you speak, or God, they're going to give you wrong. We see that in the former leaders. We see it also on Muslim reform. What is his name? The one in Africa, former African man. We don't even know what he did. We can't even point out and say that this is the crime they committed. So I want to tell the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that there is no how he can destroy IPOB, even bringing new people out. And that is why we keep on saying this. Anybody that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brings out, whether it concerns us or it not concern us, we are going to put our mouth inside. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never be a two leader to do different groups. It can never happen. Except he will come and say that it's not going on again with IPOB. We are going to move forward. And I want people to understand that Radio Biafra was not created by an IPOB. Radio Biafra was created by our internal leader team, when during 1967 to 1970, they were using Radio Biafra to broadcast. And our people should also understand that the slogan IPOB 130 was not created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was also, they were together. And that is how they made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also leader. So I want them to understand this. The earlier we understand this, the better for all of us. We are not going to be living like this by saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in prison controlling IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of indigenous people, no doubt about it. And nobody can ever dispute it. But for him to be given directive from prison is something that we are saying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should get us clear. He should understand our point. He remains the leader. Nobody is fighting it with him. Nobody is going to challenge him on that. But we are telling him, you cannot be there. Giving us directive, person like me, that I have balls and balls to ask questions. I have told them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not somebody that you will hear my voice or hear my name and say, no, you don't even know me. To the extent that he call me Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But sometimes I begin to look this deeply. Does it mean that when he's doing this, he's trying to use some people? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to know that DOS Mazi because is a very, 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 very good man. But the way that you are playing these people is unacceptable to us. And that is why the media is here. Media are those that promoted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be what he is today. And the same media is going to stop him to tell him or that it's not going to work. And that is how it is. And I thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, that's the demand of each and every one of us. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his position remains undisputable. Well, what we are saying, his decisions cannot lead he can't be making decisions for IPOB. We have seen the calamity we landed into, all the ones he's done in the past. I'm not any decision we see from that place that has been in the interest of the general movement. It has been one problem or the other. So anybody that is thinking that, oh, they are not obeying him in what area? What are those areas? We have seen the areas he has brought out, which favors him, his family, his siblings. It's not in the interest of the family. And we are happy the DOS never succumbed to it. Despite yes, we acknowledge him as the leader, and we do honor and obey him, but when it comes to anything that will jeopardize the movement, collectively we will always say no, especially anything now, because we have seen the handwriting on the wall. Whatever thing that comes from Sokoto against the DOS leadership that is not in line will be massively rejected. It will be returned back to the sender, in case if it's something they are working on. Because I said it, and I'm happy you could see it as well, General. If not that we have been countering some of these things, by now they would have published for us the names of the people they refer as their 100 men. They would have announced that it is no more the DOS, it's so. But through our interventions, because we have all been here witnessing and seeing everything that happened. So any decision that comes that is not in line, we are not even taking decision from him anymore. We have people leading the movement to avoid confusion, to avoid people surrounding him that are bringing in their own selfish interest suggestions. Anything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says or brings, it's not for the movement. Anything he has should go direct to the leadership, who will then address the house, address the family. That's the way it should run. All these points, we picked it up from the social media because there were disagreements inside, because it's not in line to what we are doing. It's not in favor of the movement. Let me pick this call. Okay, this call, yeah. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening, Wanda.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the program. I really appreciate you. Keep the good work, okay?
Yes, sir.
Also, keep the fire burning. We are beside you. We support you. So, my name is Mazi Nnamdi. I'm a full IPOB member under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and DOS. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, and in asset of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, DOS take over. So we support DOS 100%. If not that, honestly, I must be honest with you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has betrayed this IPOB, this noble IPOB. He has betrayed us. If not because of he's our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu need to start from IPOB, from being our leader, but because of he's our leader. You understand? So I thank you, my dear sister. I really thank you and I appreciate you. Keep on coming. We do support you. We do support IPOB under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the DOS. We support them. And I also urge all IPOB members all over the world, and even the Biafrans, please support the leadership under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi is the head of the Directorate of State. Please let us support them. Also support our dear Lolo Nega, because she's also doing a great job. Please let's also support her and share her program. Any of our members, any of our IPOB Procasa, let us be supporting them, sharing their program, liking and sharing, because it as I must be honest, so keep it up. Okay?
Yeah,
keep
thank
it
you.
up. Thank you so much, Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, Jessica. Yeah, so I will take one more call and I will call it a day. I have a caller that was calling in continuously. Someone was calling continuously before. Please, can you call back? No, it's you. Not you. Okay, now on my phone. Okay, let me see. I think this person was calling before. Or any other person that wants to call in before I round up this program. I miss a lot of calls because I can't pick 2 calls at the same time. So if you've called before and I wasn't able to pick you, you can call back now. You can call back before I round up. So, yeah. The bottom line that centers on my topic today is about decision making in IPOB. And I reiterate again. It's not because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's cognitive status has diminished. No. But a movement Nigeria wants to destroy cannot be run by an individual in the hand of the same Nigerian government. It's unattainable. It wouldn't work. Number 1. Number 2, a decision that pilots or that leads this movement that involves life, that lives of many are at stake, is not a decision that can be run out of personal interest. And I made my case study based on some of the decisions we've been handed over that come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The ones I read, the 13-point memo. Most of the items listed there are all in the personal interest of the family. What favors a personality? What favors the family? It is not in the collective interest of the movement. Another situation, the situation of the calamity we landed. From the previous decision, I used the thing of the case of Ikbenima. Go and take a slot on the radio. We haven't even come out from that calamity. Most of the communities in Biafra land doesn't want to hear about us as a result of such rash decision. A decision that should be a deliberation between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the people that he kept outside that leads. He doesn't want to deliberate with anybody. He wants to do it by himself, out of supremacy, out of authoricity, or whatever will I put it. He has landed us into trouble, and we don't want to continue that way. We want a decision that will move the movement forward. A decision that will base on the right informed information at hand. That is the only thing that can take us to any stage that we want to attain. That is why we say directives continue to come from the people outside, the people leading, until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. And here I will be bringing this broadcast to an end, but let me read some of the comments, because I get to understand people's mind.
The people in charge
Hang on.
not carrying out these decisions.
Because some of our people, some of the comments on the comment section do, let me use another thing to read some of these comments. Because it's not everybody that can call in. So if you're not able to call in, you can, I can bring up your comment. Okay. Emeko Okonkwo says autocracy and dictatorship. Emmanuel Akabo is 100%. Jerry Chukwado Nnamdi Kanu is a strong agitator but a poor leader. His lack of trust in others combined with a supreme leader mentality is a major cause of the ongoing confusion, and his opponents are taking advantage of these weaknesses. Yeah, that is true. Comrade Excelency Odarico, great job, thank you. Ome Penny, thank you. Excellent Odarico, greetings. Ome Penny, did you people see how politicians are relaxing, pumping their wine and dancing around the world without addressing our problems? Yes, this time we will use to address certain issues happening in our land, in the Nigerian so-called politics. We have used this to talk about our issue, our eternal issue. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the prison. He should have been our topic. Everybody would just be carrying and posting around. But these are the confusion engineer. We have continued to run around irrelevant things and happen the right thing are supposed to be. Even the people that claim to love him, those ones are not even in the business of talking about him. All they talk and they parade everywhere is DOS, which I understand and all the mission they were being sent. I have said it before. These guys you are hearing and listening to, Umaka has sent. Their target now is Chinasa Nwuru. I keep on repeating it. They felt Chinasa is the problem. So all their attack is all targeted on Mazi. Let me pick this call before I round up. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello, yeah. Yeah, you are coming out well.
Good evening from here, Wanda.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, welcome. Okay.
I just want to support what we are doing. I've been listening from background from the beginning till now. I know sometimes we decide to stay silent and listen to others. At least we learn from each other. Once again, thank you for your doggedness and your dedication. It's not easy after work and the other activities, personal, family, and all that. We still do what we pledge to do for ourselves and for our unborn children. So this is a high demand. I don't know how to put it, so I just want to encourage everybody to stay strong. And since 2021 till date, I want to believe that those who know what they came into IPOB to do, they have learned a lot and they adjust both mentally and what have you in terms of this journey that we are into. You have said a lot of those who called in have made their own contribution and their inputs. Everybody is welcome. One thing I would just want to say here is that sometimes if we think of what has transpired or happened in 2021 till date, it is marvel. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Personally, what I expected from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, since Nigerian government lay hand on him, he has handed over the struggle to the leadership. That is my own position. Giving directives, orders, and what have you, is to contradict what we are doing. You are outside. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu educated us, and you know, he said, I am educated. This is I used to reflect on the teachings of our leader. You know, but what I'm seeing presently, you know, all these 13 commandments.
It's about the commandments, 13 commandments.
So these 13 commandments baffled me. And with the little insight that Mazi Nnamdi will let me, just a little, because he doesn't want to speak too deep. He said just a surface of it, from my own point of view, from my understanding of his broadcast. Just trying to view some things, and they allow Biafrans to be the judge. And the judge that we are being at this point, we are not trying to side anybody, but to look at every angle and judge by ourselves where to and what to do. To be honest, if any individual is not bothered, myself, who is speaking now, I am highly bothered about what has been going on. We are the ones outside, and we are seeing every movement. And I want to thank the leadership for being patient enough. They have proven that they are capable of leading mass movements like ICC worldwide. To be honest, it's not an individual something. They do it collectively. From what I've seen, they come together and make a decision and consider every aspect. Any decision you make will go down to our people at home. This is a primary thing to put into consideration before any decision. It is a primary thing to consider. But you are not outside and you are giving all these commandments. Honestly, I never phantom it. I never for once think about it. If you tell us that whatever situation stand, and at this point in time, what situation doesn't stand.
Those ones are just made up. That's why I hardly plays Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast, because most of the things open out. Sorry to say it.
The trust and the support the people have put in this struggle is kind of pray. Because people finding out all these things, because all of us came into this with all our heart. And still today, I'm not shifting any inch from what I believe. I have been, it's not a bragging, I've been in the position of leadership in some places. To be honest, you don't make a decision. If I go to my family, my house, I don't even make my decision. Let it be, it will be automatic. I consult my wife. Although at the end of the day, my wife cannot object so much, knowing that I have thought about so many things before bringing something up. But as much as that, I respect her input in whatever that concerns the whole family. Not to talk about a movement as large as IPOB, with different kind of background of individuals, upbringings, different ideologies. We are still talking about this type of thing. Honestly, many people are getting weak. Those who are not strong in mentally, they are a kind of gradually their love for what we are doing is dying. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Now, if the siblings have access to our finance, the one I myself are among those encouraging people to pay. They have access to that finance. They can ask or receive money that I contributed. But the person who is in charge of IPOB worldwide in your absence will not have access or to demand what we have, how much is there. If such is the case, what else are you asking to the world? We are only trying to reflect and tell ourselves the simple truth. But in everything, in my own conclusion, every IPOB that is still standing today, I am begging all of us, let's remain focused. One thing I have promised myself, and I said it and I remember, is that after all these appointments, be it 100 wise men, because I used to give my own title, 100 wise men, or the new EOS, which never materialized, whichever one, where I wait for all of them is come to my unit or my zone or my where I am in charge to tell us what to do. Mazi Nnamdi, I was in a platform with him when he was already suspended. Mazi Nnamdi, you could drop a voice note. I am saying this for the world to know. He dropped a voice note saying that he is now receiving directives from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu direct. After listening to that voice note that he dropped, I asked him, does he mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, anybody that comes to Sokoto prison and tell him he is an IPOB member, he holds this office or the other, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will bless the person and then start sending that person message? Is it what you are trying to tell me? Immediately I dropped that voice note. He listened to it. He deleted that voice note and deleted his phone. And I said to him, why are you deleting my voice note? Does it mean that you're not comfortable with what I have said? Because the reason why you created this platform was to tell us some certain things that many people are asking questions. But you wanted to tell us so that we'll be able to carry that message to others. But what we are saying now is contradicting the reason why you created this platform. And I said, I am done with this platform. I quit from that platform. Because if the leadership, you are answerable to leadership, and leadership suspended you. Yes. And you are still going about demonizing people, telling people something else, while claiming that you are still with the leadership. Something suspicious. That was my last time of being in that platform. Now, he has come out to spread the hidden agenda before the world. So, all these things is not helping us from what our leader taught us.
Mm-hmm.
That our people is one family.
Mm.
And since we are one family, we follow chain of command. The national coordinator has his own rule to play. And every regional coordinator has their own rules to play. The zonal coordinators, like one unit coordinator, down to the grassroots. If you come to my domain, I have responsibility to do, and my zone will question me. All that comes from above and come down to the grassroots. But information can come from grassroots down to top, up to up. But if you tell me that the national coordinator have no right to ask about finance that you authorize, and the fund was raised, and I don't have any right to ask after the fund has been raised. I have no right to ask again. How much do we make? How the money goes out, and how the money is being used? Why am I coordinator in the first place?
Yeah. Because round is here up. Well, let me take one more call, then I'll round up. Because just round up.
Biafrans, my final input to this is that we are going nowhere. IPOB belongs to all of us.
Of course.
We came in huge. And we came to the umbrella IPOB to restore Biafra, to restore our dignity. That is the whole mission here. I, who is speaking, can be removed from my office, and another person will take over it. And I will not take because I am removed. And the causing confusion is not being done. Okay? This is our own. And this way I will submit.
Yeah. Thank you for your great contributions. Yeah. Because one more last call. One more governor from France, and I will call it a day. Yeah, please pick your call and make it short, please. This is the last call, and we call it a day. Good evening and welcome to the program. Yeah, and there were.
I don't much to try because I'm still going to look at this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Amamu Jukwanya, based on. But you Munyaga, with that, many people are one this struggle. Many people are the father. When this struggle, I'm fatherless. When the hammer, when the hammer, I'm so you have no money and we set up with the master of people. How do you look back over all those life? That those people, those many gallant soldiers, Monday only more Shadia, Monday get the outside, Monday outside, Monday kidnapping now. My family are there. So that is the only simple truth. So if I'm not email, but Nnamdi Kanu, whether or support the DOS or support the US, we are going to march on. I told him, Johnny, you have up or any other. Second day, so normally, so we're panicking. We are not panicking. US are wise, very, very wise.
Yeah.
So, but you my word now, the whole word about me. That you are Buna, make them Nnamdi Kanu Jack condemn more as in maybe she struggle, live more than Bahaga over. Their family, everybody got over. Whether I would be a minute come out anywhere, they must pay. As soon as I say what I is, they must pay. Because I know how many people are lost for my family. I know how many people are lost. You understand? So, but we don't talk too much. But you have also must people more fighting over. So how the chicken? The chicken because
Thank
I
you.
can be a romance. I just want to give them the simple message. The chicken.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's where we are. And look, it's not like we are dividing two parties and siding one. No. It's not because we want to divide, we are demarcating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the DOS. The reason we are making all this is because of what we observed in the last 5 months. All along, somebody like me, I have known the involvement of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in everything the siblings has been doing. I've said it before. I have been among the ones lying, saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not involved, that it is the siblings. But because the issue has continued to linger and is beginning to look as if we are being taken as stupid, that is why some of us decided to start to call a spade a spade. It's not because we are rude, no. But because we want to let the figure behind all this be made aware that we know all his involvement in the whole thing. Yes, we know he's not happy. It's not by our make that he's where he is. We didn't send him to Kenya. He went to Kenya on his own. And what happened. Or that it happened. When he was convicted, nobody is happy. He is our leader, despite what? But we are not happy because of his involvement in the interruptions against the struggle. Both the ones coming from the siblings, he has been in support of them. That is why we are not happy. And we would like him to withdraw. The people he placed outside, he called them the administrators. He should allow them do their work. I don't understand the essence of engineering millipedes to go on attack, on revenge against them, especially on Mazi Nnamdi. We know all these things. Very soon now, we will start to spell it out. We will start to spell it out with evidences. Please, let me take this call. Please, caller, you are the last person.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening. You are the last, please, summarizing.
Yeah, I'll make it very quick. I'm going to go start your comment section, which is around you, Ebenezer. I just need the nonsense. People don't know. These people don't know that we are fighting for a nation. Does these people even know what is called country? And there are these kids around me, they'll be saying, just like this someone that's complicated, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out now, and when he come, let me tell you, IPOB made Nnamdi Kanu look the way he looks. The you're seeing Nnamdi Kanu this one is IPOB as a body that made that him to be like that, to achieve those things he achieved. If you remove Nnamdi Kanu, if you remove IPOB, nothing. There is nothing again. Even if let Nnamdi Kanu come out and microphone and shout, nobody will listen to him. They will just see him like somebody like maybe Shore or somebody talking. Nobody will even, take him serious. So you will see some people coming out and be talking, writing. When Nnamdi Kanu say, can you do this? Can you say it in his front? There's nothing like that. Remove the people, he is nobody. So people should understand that this is a nation. This is not a group, let's say meeting or a group of, let's say, how would I put it? Inter-house sports or classroom. Students are coming together. No, this is a nation for crying out loud. Why are some people? So some people brain, they don't know what is. There are some people that have been in prison since 2015 till date. Since 2017 till date. Is Nnamdi Kanu important or better than those people? There are some people that have paid the ultimate price, which is death. Is Nnamdi Kanu better than those people? These people will not see, even if Biafra come today, those people will not see it again. Their own has gone. And somebody will come up and be writing with emotion. And leave Nnamdi Kanu, when they come back, stop talking to him like that. If Nnamdi Kanu, okay, let's be realistic. Since Nnamdi Kanu has been talking to Abby, I tell them, Nnamdi Kanu has never come for one thing. Say that the US now bad.
Never. Oh, another group. That is why now let me tell you, that is me. No one now. I don't talk about him anymore. Because he has shown us his back. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has drifted away from the struggle. He doesn't care about what we are doing. He doesn't care about us. How many times have you heard him say, thank you, my family? Come up with Okene Rising Sun. Okene Avi. Now try another 100 men. Onye kene Sonny ekene ye. If you don't care about me, I don't care about you. That is me. So, umaka no na agbahali everywhere. Na ko inyo. Oputa ha na onye one will fall down. It may probably is these guys that would do. Especially I'm not down on Nigeria. That can wear Nigerian mentality. All these guys breeded from the gutters. I wouldn't want to apple and see how the world, how civilized the world is. Where people will on, you can speak to the prime minister, you can speak to the king Charles. But this is where I started. I told you guys I have been in this land more than 20 years. So I don't see the reason why I cannot speak to anybody in this world. Oskoya would Donald Trump. Oskoya will Queen Oskoya will King. There is no person I cannot look at your face and speak to you. What I owe you is respect. But anytime you trample on that respect, I will help you. That will even aid me to open my mouth more, wider, to speak to you. My issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have held it so long. We have protected him so long. We have even lied. Oh man, I saw your son no siblings in me. But it seems the more we protect him, the more he does higher and the quicker. Or this is on jeopardize things knowingly. That is why we've decided to talk. Also, why I put all the good. But you cannot tell me no put a hand in Chikita will fall down and die. Who does that? Me?
No.
You don't say that. Oh no, I'm down. Now you people go fall and die. Not people like me. And I'm a fall and die as if I'm not behaving. Or what? What have I not seen? Oh my God, do too. Can I hire a philosopher? Whatever thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, go. Whatever thing, I'll put a hand, everybody will lie flat. Nobody lies flat. I only lie flat for you when you command or earn my respect. If you show me that you cannot be trusted, or you know, look, I'm no guru, and you think I will continue to give you that respect, not me. I will look at your face and tell you the way it is. So forget about Omaka and Akuhari up and down. You know? I don't even listen to them. I don't even have time for them.
Well, even some people, so like you said, most of them will be non-Nigeria.
Oh, how much?
Most of them. I will not even say Indian Nigeria. Indian Nigeria, it's better than Indian outside. Some people know outside, their brain is even dead than Indian Nigeria. Because most of these people need to push you here, all Indian outside. I'm telling you the truth. Most people in Nigeria, they know what is happening. On the outside, they push this narrative of trying to confuse our people at home. Because Nnamdi Kanu had all the opportunity to say IPOB. That, don't you know that if Nnamdi Kanu has stood with IPOB in court, if they come and he says, even if one opportunity IPOB, DOS, continue.
He makes a lot of difference. He makes a lot of difference.
That's the thing. Governor and their courts, they put that statement. Even if they are not giving him opportunity to talk, let's say that time of your phone, or they go, but all one opportunity always at that time, once in a sit at home to calm down, you would have said it. Because you cannot be a leader of people, and you are shying away from the people. Why?
Exactly. Even if he has misunderstanding with the leadership are different from the people. The people have continued to tally for you. So it doesn't even do you any good. Because these are the people that will speak for you. Forget about we have bloggers. Look, one moment. The bloggers that are writing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the bloggers that will make a post about him in 1 month and go in. Some of these bloggers don't even believe on the ideology of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't believe in Biafra. They would even fight it. The only thing that makes them to speak at times is because they knew that Nigeria has treated him unfairly. But when you have your own family, people that believe you, people that love you, people that have followed you, people that have trusted you, these guys will die for you. You lay lives for you. Even politicians that are going to prison to see you, many of them don't believe in Biafra. Many of them don't even want Biafra to come. Many of them will even fight Biafra. Yes, but they will come and see you because you are our brother. And you were treated unfairly. But in neglect your own family, anytime you cut yourself from your family, you have destroyed huge parts of you.
Of course.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as a sister now, I am talking to you. A very huge part of you is dying off. Cutting yourself from this family of IPOB is the biggest jeopardy you can think of causing on you. It's the biggest jeopardy. These are the men that will stand for you day, night, any day, anytime. Anyway, it's left for you. Yeah, see. If you go hanya, come mother 5 people retired army. They're not freedom fighters.
And be following people that cannot even when the chiefs are down, will run away. You are leaving those people, and then people that are that way are going to be meeting people that are chaff. That is only when the going is good, they will stay there. When they stop, they will run away. You leave people that when they go in, they stop, they will stop by you, and going to be flowing chaff. And then you want those people to now be smoothing your back. When you talk, they'll say, I will follow you. No.
Yes, even my Showere that organizes protests, Showere don't even believe in Biafra. So these guys, yes, they will talk about you, but when it comes to lining up with your own ideology, you don't reckon with them. They don't reckon with you. You are different.
After talking, when the chiefs are down, he switch.
He
switch.
All
these happy people, they will still switch. When the chiefs are down, they will switch.
You
leave them and leave people that are ready to even carry bullets for you. You now expect those people to then be talking to you slowly. How can you rate your siblings? How can you rate your siblings above millions of people that are contributing, that are coming to meeting every day, that are contributing for the struggle, that are going diplomatic moves? You rate your siblings that are, which if you are not the leader, they won't even join Biafra. You are rating them more than the struggle.
I know. Anyway, I just wish he may come back. He's a great man. He did a great job. On a Wutekwa times, you know, that after doing all these things, he decided to end up this way. Yeah.
Without IPOB as a body and the leadership, Nnamdi Kanu is nothing. All these things he's doing, let Nnamdi Kanu come out now openly and say, rising sun, let people know. Everybody will leave him. He's not a good lawyer. Come out. Because this thing is saying that maybe tomorrow night becomes that you will deny. What will you do? It's not him. But let Nnamdi Kanu come out openly in court and that court and say, nah, IPOB, nah, rising sun. Everybody, you will see that nobody will even talk about Nnamdi Kanu in Igbo land again. If you talk about it, people will slap you. He will not do it. He's just hiding at the back, hiding at the corner. You cannot. People have. Look at Nneka. She's not a member of IPO, but she has put her. If there are many people like you on Nneka that are doing what they're doing, because they know that the chiefs are down. Now, there's no road again. You cannot go back. So you cannot be doing this corner, hide this one, hide for 100 men, hide for here. No, okay. The only thing, if IPOB falls down, Nigerian government we shoot you like Agui Hansi. They will just carry you public. In fact, Nigerian government will do you public execution. If IPOB destroyed, or the leadership, because once the leadership destroyed, IPOB will destroy. Nigerian government will execute you as a public. They will use and set example that anybody that will come and do administration again, this is the fate. They will shoot you publicly, and your brothers will carry the money and run away. Listen to your brothers. You don't know that brothers, your brothers have even defined you, they have sacrificed you. Because they know that they push you back to God, they have sacrificed you already. They know what they're doing. Now they say to brothers, I leave millions of people that are fighting, putting their life, even till today, they are still fighting for you. You leave them and you are following brothers. They will just do you. Cancer will be a small thing for what they will do to you. If IPOB is destroyed, Cancer will be just a mere joke. I swear with my life. Thank you, Juan.
Okay, thank you so much. And here I will be bringing this broadcast to an end. Let me read some of this our comrade, because some of the things you guys are putting down in the comment section, at least we have to give you guys the voice. Some of you are wonderful. Emeko Okonkwo says to Bob V. Brown, how much has the Kanu family given to thousands of IPOB families in detention across? How much has the family? Okay, how much? Forget about this Bob V. Brown. I buru this fake account na agbahara eche na anya amaghị onye anya. David Chumuigbo, Bob V. Brown, Emeka Erics, Adonis. We know you. Keep on running around. You know, I don't even have time for always consider my fools yourself. So let me read some of the comments. Jerry Chikwado, now I understand why they might prefer him to lead from prison, so that any unguarded statement he makes can be documented and later used as counter arguments against any serious appeals from the countries that support credible leadership, like the individuals in the DOS. You know, it's another point. We Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be fighting to lead IPOB. You are in the hand of the enemy, but you keep on sending messages and impressions that you are giving order. You are giving order to IPOB. You are leading IPOB. The same IPOB, you have continued to send messages to the people that you are still giving command in IPOB. Technically, it shouldn't be so. Even if you are sending message, it should be coverted. It should be secret. And not giving an impression. Even how all these mistakes say, and I know it's as a result of useless legal team around you, because they go on you chair there that muliki nyemuge nyege what all hadn't been a Jofa and the Zokome are there. These are the areas Hagis in our guide. The Danye Mokwana Ida no and a day when we know you now. Oh, it's up one you kill. Yeah, but at least we couldn't deny direct again. Mistake ya name a Hanatan and so. If you get mistake ya Hanatan and so. Then Jerry, yeah, Onya John Okafor. The 2 million naira is even much, considering the fact that only MAK and Naya have access to that. That is why in Juwesigi, the same person that owns Bob V. Brown is the same person that owns Ikenna. I try to make what the other name. That owns Emeka. You keep on in Hanuziogi, you want peace. You don't have peace. I am speaking the peace of God now upon your life. Receive. Open your heart and receive peace. You lack peace in you. You will go media warrior now go up and down. Very shameful. Because here I will bring this to an end. Okay, let me read the Roland Onyeze. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting Biafra for his family. Yeah. Every indication shows that. Emmanuel Akabeze, Kanu's family shot themselves on the foot. Yeah. Okonakman, that is the only thing I don't like from my leader MNK. He never for once called the name DOS, OO, or IPOB in the detention. Very sad. Bob V. Brown, Aman Monyo. Also, did he push you aside? Now, where was the peace? You don't have peace. Receive peace. Receive peace. Peace of God. Come into your heart. Amen. He say. And from here, I say good night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And I say good evening from here.